Good morning, friends. Have a smiling, happy day. Dear friends, we discuss paper 3, British fiction, unit 4, great novelist of English literature. Most of the novelists we cover. We also discuss about the James Joyce, and last in the during this lecture of the James Joyce or recorded video, I mentioned the second name of the second side of the one coin is Virginia Woolf. Today we discuss about Woolf. WOOLF is a surname, but WOL Wolf means verb. But here not, it is a different. You mentioned the difference between the wolf and the wolves. Virginia Woolf. Virginia, a very famous name. A student of literature, at least you heard about it. The full name of Virginia Woolf. Adeline Virginia Woolf is their champion name. Stephen. Adeline Virginia Woolf Stephens is the full name of, just you remember, Virginia Woolf. The lifespan of Virginia Woolf, she was born in UK in 23rd January 1882. Remember, dear friends, the same lifespan of, yes, James Joyce, 1882 to 1941. The date of the both birth and death is different, but the year are the same. That's why if you remember James Joyce lifespan, automatically remember the Virginia Woolf. If you remember Virginia Woolf, the vice versa, you remember the James Joyce lifespan. 23rd 1882, and he died in 28 March 1941. And here you remember, and I also just remind you that, friends, just I have to write down the date of birth and death, but it's difficult for you to remember all the writers, more than 12 or 16 writers and others papers. The year of it doesn't require to mention the date in the lifespan. Just you remember that the years of the lifespan. Virginia Woolf, 1882 to 1941. Is automatically the lifespan, the age of the same, the lifespan of the same. So we can say that age also same. The interwar years. Interwar years means during the lifespan of that. We discussed again, remind you that the World War First, 1914 to 1990 or 1918. Second, 1939 to 1940, a second World War. During these two World Wars, that's why that period is called the interwar years. વિશ્વયુદ્ધોના વચ્ચેના વર્ષોનો સમયગાળો એને interwar years કહેવામાં આવે, and it is known as the 1901 to 1940-45. That period is known as the modern age, and it is also called the first half of the 20th century. First half of the 20th century, because 1901 to 1950 is the first outgo. There was 100 years between the 50 years is called the first half of the 19th century. Speciality. So first of that, we study about the British fiction, dear friends. That's why automatically he is you can close your eyes and write down that novelist. She is a novelist, female novelist, short story writer, essayist, and also also play the role of publisher. We can also mention the critic. We can go on also her critic, female novelist, short story writer, then publisher, critic, and essayist. And we remember that the new student of semester 1, you have already completed semester 1 and 2, but those are the get admission to semester 1. They have changed the syllabus. In paper 2, there was one of the essay of Virginia Woolf, and that was literary movement. Now, publisher news about that who published the book. That those are the other writer write down the book and they have to send to the publishing house. Publishing house, the editor of that publisher house read their books and find out that is it better to publish in our under the title of our publishing house, and that role played by that Virginia Woolf. Literary movement. So here we have new point, because during that time you have to study when you will come in the semester 6 of PA program. That time in the P49, literary criticism and literary theories, and there was one of theory, that modernism. That movement was that we can write down under the modernism, and she was in favor of the feminism, Nariwal, or that is writing up to the feminism. Her notable works, we have to mention the new words. Don't worry about that. Are you free to use that? Her importance work, her significant work, her noted work, her famous work, her major work. These all the words are, dear friend, synonyms of one words. Her notable works are The Voyage Out, 1950. Two stories, that 1970, that was the first book was published in his the Hathaway's publication house, his own publication house. He can publish these two stories. Night and Day, published in 1990, and that he is the most popular, and you can say the masterpiece novel that appealed to the reader, not only the reader but also the, you can say, the critic, literary critic of that time. Jacob's Room, 1922. I mentioned in the whenever I have to taught you. Yes, James Joyce. That time I can remember the year 1922. Remember this year 1922. It was the most, we can say, significant year in the development of novel, because 1922 there was a publication of James Joyce Ulysses, very good, and that the same year there was a publication of Virginia Woolf, Jacob's Room, in 1922, and both are used the new technique, which is the stream of consciousness literary device employed or utilized by both the writer, and there was a new technique in the innovative technique in the field of novel writing. And dear friends, after completion this unit, we have to start on unit 1, that especially different method of narration employed by the novelist, and here we discuss about stream of consciousness in detail. Okay friends, now, and this is the second one, is most important novel, and that is the Mrs. Dalloway's 1925. Mrs. Dalloway's is the 1925. Other is literary work, The Waves, The Years, Flush in 1933, and that is the prose poem. We discuss about, dear friend, there are the three form of literature: prose, poetry, and drama. and here he can mix the prose poem. Flush करो तो it was used in toilet, in the bathroom. The wave, steady waves of the water, एकदम झड़प से पानी आए तो वही जाने के बाद flush. And Orlando, the biography of Virginia Woolf, 1928. And autobiography written by himself, and other writer wrote the biography of Virginia Woolf. Okay friends, just to get the glance of that, whatever we have discussed. Okay friends, now remember that Virginia Woolf, a 20th century important female novelist, named Adeline Virginia Woolf Stephen. Last one, remember the date is not important once, you just remember that years 1882 to 1941. Then she belonged to the interwar years, modern age and the 20th century. Speciality female novelist, short story writer, essayist, publisher and critic. Her notable works are The Boy is Out, 1915, True Story, 1917, Night and the Day, 1919, Jacob's Room, 1922, Mrs. Delores, 1952, and one of his famous essays, you can essay say, My Own Room. That was his famous essay.